This week's video we're going to cover tying with Marabou. Now Marabou, uh, you get different qualities. If you buy a nice pack from a store like Bass Pro Shop or um, different places like that, you're going to get a thicker Marabou. Now if you get somewhere and you're buying these cheap packs, you're going to get cheap material, and it's going to take more material to tie your jig or fly, whatever you're working with at that time. Now there's many ways to tie Marabou in. I'm not really going to get into that today, but what I'm going to do is show you how to tie a jig using Marabou. Now Marabou comes, and this is all your fluff right here. This is the material you want to use. And if you see, it's got a real thick spine going all the way up that Marabou feather. You don't want to use this, because Marabou, what you want to do is get that, see how easy that stuff moves. And from the second video, you've seen in the material how it moves. So what you want to do, now sometimes when you get to the very tip of it, you can tie in the tip because it ain't real stiff, so you can just do it like that. And some Marabou comes real short, and you can get away with tying the whole stem and everything because it's got a real limber stem in it. What I do on my Marabou is I pull off from the stem what I'm going to use. And as you can see, I've stopped right here at this top because you can still use this top because that ain't real thick. But we're going to pull it off, and I'm going to show you how to tie that in. So let me get set up here. So today we're using a 1/16, and this is actually a gold number 6 hook. I'm using a cream color 140 diameter thread. So let's get that tied on, and we'll go like always. Go back to the hook point, back up to the head, back halfway. All right, the Marabou, all you have to do is get it, say, put your thumb and your finger on it, and just grab the top of it and just pull it off. Then you can take and pull that pinch together as a clump. All right, I want to cut the pieces off that come right from the stem because they were stiff, and then we're going to tie it in. We're going to start behind the head, and we're going to run to the hook point. All right, on this material, you can leave it long so you can adjust it when you're on the water, or you can go ahead and take it short. It's best if you can leave the natural look to the end of it. See how fluffy it is? But a lot of times you just can't get away with that. So what I'll do, this being a 1/16, I want it kind of long. So I'm going to come to about right here, and I'm going to grab it with this hand, and I'm just going to pull that off. Now see, that don't give you a cut look. It still gives you a kind of a natural look. It's still a little, a little mixed in there. Now that right there ain't a real lot of Marabou, so I'm going to add a little bit more. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab that little bit we got left right there. Cut off that, tie it in. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to pinch that off, make sure it's the same length. Now you can cut it. It don't hurt. But like I say, I just like that kind of a natural look to the end of it. Just like if you would squirrel tail or anything else you're tying. You want it to look natural. This, I'm going to use a gold crystal flash on it today. And this is I'm thinking it's 6 strands. And the reason I'm using gold is I'm making a color that I know works well. And it's a red head, hand painted eyes. gold with olive, and then I'm going to use a gold tinsel for the body. We're going to tie it in right behind the head and run it back to the hook point, then back up to the head. Alright, I'm going to pull this back a little bit. You're going to keep it straight as you wrap. Over, under. Over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. Get it back up to your head and tie it off like we normally do. I'm going to take a little bit of head cement. I'm just going to rub my thread. That's enough glue. It don't take much to tie that glue in to the thread. Give it a couple reps. And there's your Marabou jig. It's pretty, isn't it? I love Marabou. It reminds me a lot of squirrel tail as far as the movement in the water. I don't have many calls for Marabou right now. It's kind of odd. A lot of hackles being used. But that's your Marabou. And this is just the way I'd use it on a jig. And later on I'm going to show you different ways to use your Marabou. So, but as far as this week, that's the lesson. And that's tying with your Marabou. So get you some Marabou. Tie you 10, 20, how many ever jigs. And if you get a chance, go out and go fishing. Our lakes have been opened back up. They opened them last week. So if you get a chance, go out and fish. It'd do you good to get outside and tie you some jigs. With all this rainy weather, you have plenty of time to tie them on a bad day. And even on a good day, it's fun tying jigs. So till next week, I'll see you then.